8 weeks ago, we had 160 teams, and over the course of 8 weeks, we are now down to our final 32. It is now time to crown the 20th Global Trophy Champion here at the 2024 Global Trophy Finals. I'm Masterath, and I'm joined alongside
Sam Elliott 64, and yes, it's going to be quite the occasion. Of course, last week we saw probably one of the biggest shocks in Global Trophy history, Argentina failing to qualify for the finals, beaten on penalties by Paraguay. I mean, it kind of opens up the whole competition, doesn't it?
Certainly does. Well, let's go down the list, shall we? So, 6 of the current champions are in this final. The only 2 missing are Argentina and the Czech Republic. 2 former runners-up as their best performance are here. 6 semi-finalists as their best run are here. 6 quarter-finalists as their best run are here. 5 teams have made it their best performance to be a top 16, and the other 7 have made it to at least a Global Trophy final, which means for the first time in a while, we have no debutants in this tournament.
Absolutely. We have a full set of teams who have been here before. We have had to consult our ranking list, and in the end, it turns out we have got our dud team. We had to consult the FIFA rankings, and by 7 ranks only, our dud team is, Chris.
It is Belize.
Heartbreak for them after making it so far through the competition. But they miss out by virtue of 7 FIFA ranks. But this is their second appearance in the Global Trophy Finals. Hopefully in the future it won't come to this for them, and they'll be able to have that over someone else. Yep,
so certainly obviously to judge our, for new watchers, to judge our dud team for the Global Trophy Finals, essentially it boils down to your best performance in a previous Global Trophy Final. That is then followed by how many times you've achieved that feat. Then it goes down to Global Trophy Final appearances. And if there's still a tie after that, it goes to the FIFA rankings. So we have 4 teams who have only made it to 1 Global Trophy Final previously. Belize, the lowest FIFA ranked out of all of them. 7 ranks below our ranked 31 team here, St. Lucia.
Yeah, so St. Lucia actually get to participate in the Global Trophy Finals for, I think, only the 2nd time.
Yep.
And they probably were a dud before, so yeah, good for St. Lucia. You know, they've gone through the preliminaries to get to this stage and are not the dud team.
Yep, they survive long enough, and a team that was in that dud spot for a while, representing Asia, making it to their first Global Trophy Final, the Philippines.
They're second.
Oh, sorry, second, yeah.
Yep, the Philippines have made it here once before, and of course we're out in the round of 32, but they are not going to be the dud team. They are going to be able to compete to win the Global Trophy.
Yep, and same with St. Lucia and Belize. They've both been knocked out in round 1 once in their only appearance. Next up, following alongside from that, also making it to their 2nd Global Trophy Finals, knocked out in round 1 last time round, Namibia.
Yep, the African team who also pre-qualified this year. So we have had pre-qualifiers from every section except for Europe this time around. Europe, of course, having a very difficult bracket to get through this time, if you remember back. They will be competing in their 2nd ever Global Trophy Finals.
And next up, representing the Americas, making it to their 3rd Global Trophy Finals, it's El Salvador.
Yep, they got the bye win over Guyana and, of course, knocked Cuba out to get to this stage, losing out to the USA in the round of 8. No, they beat the USA in the round of 8, didn't they? They made it to the semi-finals.
Yep, so also, by the way, when it comes to our, when we find out the dud, forgot to mention on this, but if you did make it to the semi-finals or higher in your continental qualifiers, you are exempt from being the dud. So, El Salvador, they would have been fine anyway, because they made it into the top 4.
Correct.
Next up, representing second team representing Africa, making it to their 3rd Global Trophy Finals, it's Egypt.
Surprisingly, they've only made it 3 times in the past, right?
Yeah.
You don't expect them to be doing more.
Yep, they are currently Global Trophy ranked 78th. So, not brilliant for them when it comes to that. But yep, they have made it to 2 Global Trophy Finals, and same as El Salvador, knocked out in round 1 both times.
Absolutely.
And next up, representing Asia, making it to their 5th Global Trophy Finals, Oman.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. I didn't make it in the Asia section, so I could make it here. There you go.
Yep, Oman, the first member of... Well, actually, no, not because Philippines are there, but never mind. Yeah, second, I guess, representing the Asian section. All 4 times knocked out in the first round. Next up, representing the Americas, making it to their 7th Global Trophy Finals. It's Costa Rica.
Yeah, Costa Rica, of course, that stunning, journey to 2nd place in the America section. They're probably their best ever finish in the America section. Didn't beat Brazil, but they did get that amazing 3-0 win over Colombia, didn't they?
Yep, to make it to the finals of the America section, to lose out to Brazil, but again, a great performance from Costa Rica. They have made it to 6 Global Trophy Finals previously, and have made it to the round of 16 on one of those occasions.
Maybe they can do it this time.
Next up, representing Asia, making it to their 8th Global Trophy Finals, it's Thailand.
Thailand have been doing this for the last couple of years now. They've made it to the top 8 a couple of times, haven't they, in the Asian section? And sure enough, they've done it again this year.
Yep, they certainly have, and in their last 7 appearances in the Global Trophy Finals, they have made it to round 2 twice.
Decent effort.
Next up, also representing Asia, making it to their 4th Global Trophy Finals, it's Iraq.
Yeah, Iraq had a decent run, didn't they, in the Asian section? They made it all the way to the final, I think, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Losing out to Australia. On that occasion, of course, the Asian section champions. A great run from Iraq in the end.
Yep, they have made it to 3 previous Global Trophy Finals, but have never failed to get out of the round of 32. So, top 16 each of those 3 times for Iraq. Next up, representing Asia, making it to their 11th Global Trophy Finals, it's China.
China, of course, serial winners in the Asian section. They have won the Asian section 3 times in the past, 2009, 2011, and 2019.
China currently ranked 24th in the in the Global Trophy rankings. They have made it to 10 previous Global Trophy Finals, and have only made it out of the first round 3 times. Finished in round 2 3 times there. Next up, representing Asia and Oceania, making it to their record 18th Global Trophy Finals, it's Australia.
And of course, they have clearly overtaken Argentina in terms of trophies won now as well, because Argentina didn't win the America section this year, Australia winning their 5th Asian title overall.
Yep, Australia in their last 17 appearances, a record in the Global Trophy. They have made it to round 2 7 times, but have never made it further, which means they've been knocked out in the first round 10 times.
Yeah, they always get drawn against a tough team, but they always make it life difficult for them. Maybe this is their year.
Yep, will this be the first time an Oceania team makes it to the top 8? I guess we'll find out. Next up, first team representing Europe, it's Scotland, making it to another Global Trophy Finals, their 4th altogether.
Yeah, but Scotland, of course, have had a fairy tale over the last couple of years. They've made back-to-back European qualifications, which is not easy in that section, is it really?
Certainly isn't their 3rd in about 4 or 5 years. Scotland's best performance in the Global Trophy Finals in the last 3 appearances, they are actually a top 8 before.
There you go, so top team.
Yep, top 8 back in 2009, I believe. Next up, representing Asia, making it to their 5th Global Trophy Finals. They're back again, it's Malaysia.
Yeah, of course, they were in the top 8 last year. They lost out in the end to Ukraine on that occasion, but they are one of the best Asian teams out there. They won the Asia section back in 2010. It's amazing to think they would have to pre-qualify if they weren't qualifying so often.
Yep, but they've had, again, same with Scotland, they've had a fairy tale story over the last couple of years. That quarterfinal spot, their best performance in their last 4. Next up, representing the Americas, making it to their 6th Global Trophy Finals, it's Paraguay.
Paraguay, of course, the Argentina Killers of 2024. Maybe that'll be their nickname instead of how Jordan are the Australia Killers. Paraguay, of course, have won the America section in the past, so they're no minnows of the section, certainly.
Yep, currently Global Trophy ranked 38th, and in their last 5 appearances in the Global Trophy Finals, they have made it to a quarterfinals, but only on 1 occasion. Next up, representing Africa, and representing Africa in a big way. Making it to their 12th Global Trophy Finals, It's the new African champions, the Ivory Coast.
Yep, for the first time, they are the African champions, and I mean, what a story it was for them. They beat big teams along the way. Can they carry the momentum onwards?
They certainly could. In their last 11 appearances in the Global Trophy Finals, they've only made it out of the top 16 once, making it to the quarterfinals. Next up, second team representing Europe, making it to their 6th Global Trophy Finals, Croatia.
Of course, they were in the Champion of Champions not too long ago in 2018. They had a great job there. They got to the top 8, I think it was, on that occasion. No slouches, Croatia.
Missed out in the 2022 Champion of Champions, but 2026 Champion of Champions coming up. Croatia looking quite good so far. In the last 5 appearances in the Global Trophy, they have made it to the top 8 twice. Next up, representing Africa, making it to their 10th Global Trophy Finals, it's Morocco.
Yeah, Morocco, one of the best teams in Africa, had a good run of it this time, didn't they?
Yep, very good run. They made it all the way to the top 4 when it comes to that. And their best performance in the last 9 appearances they've had in the Global Trophy Finals, they've made it to the quarterfinals twice. Now we get to our semi-finalists, who have made it to the top 4 before, kicking off with representing Asia, making it to their 8th Global Trophy Finals from last year's top 4, the United Arab Emirates.
Had that amazing run, didn't they, to the top 4? They only lost to eventual winners Germany on that occasion. Yeah, one to watch out for, certainly, in this competition, I think.
Yep, that's their best performance. So, at the moment, a team on form. They finished in the top 4 last year. Only time to do that. Next up, representing the Americas, making it to their 9th Global Trophy Finals, it's the USA.
They have made it, but I think they'll be a bit disappointed that they didn't go on and try and capitalise on that America section, because they had a good chance. They lost to El Salvador, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly do. And in their last 8 appearances in the Global Trophy Finals, they have made it to a semi-finals only once. Next up, representing Africa, making it to their 11th Global Trophy Finals, it's Senegal.
Yes, Senegal, of course, were previous winners of the Global Trophy African section. They were the last holders in 2023. Didn't win it this time around, but still a very, very strong team.
And in their last 10 appearances in the Global Trophy Finals, they have made it to a quarterfinals on 1 occasion. Next up, also representing Africa, making it to their 13th Global Trophy Finals, it's Ghana.
Surprise package back in 2006, of course, beat France and Italy on the run to the semis. Can they replicate that this year?
Yep, it has been 19 years, though, since Ghana have made it to the semi-finals. That was their only time in the semi-finals, but it's a legendary run in Global Trophy lore. Could Ghana do it again? Next up, representing the Americas, making it to their 14th Global Trophy Finals, Colombia.
The ever-consistent Colombia never won a trophy in Global Trophy history, but are always there or thereabouts, sniffing about, aren't they? They lost in the semi-finals of the America section this year to Costa Rica. Was that an opportunity for them to secure some silverware?
Certainly could have been on that one. In their last 13 appearances in the Global Trophy, they have made it to the semi-finals, but on 1 occasion only. Next up, representing Africa, making it to their 9th Global Trophy Finals, it's South Africa.
South Africa, the 2021 African section champions, one of the better teams in the continent. One to watch out for here.
And in their last 8 appearances in the Global Trophy Finals, they've certainly made the most of it. They've made it to the semi-finals 3 times. Next up, we get to the teams who finished in the top 2. And we kick off with the team who is making their 16th Global Trophy Finals, representing Africa. It's the runners-up of Africa, Nigeria.
But also the most successful team in African history. They've won a whopping 8 African section titles in the past. Or is it 7? No, it is 7. Ignore me. It's 7. They were after their 8th this year, but they were denied cruelly by the Ivory Coast. And of course they were runners-up in the very first Global Trophy Champion of Champions as well.
Yep, so Nigeria's best performance in those 15 years, they have made it to the finals. They've made it to the top 2 to lose out. Former runners-up, Nigeria. Next up, representing Europe, making it to their 15th Global Trophy Finals, it's Italy.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Italy, the most successful team in Europe in terms of trophies won, but they've never been able to convert it to a global trophy championship. Maybe this is their year.
Yep, in their last 14 appearances in the Global Trophy Finals, 3 times they have finished runner-up in the Global Trophy, equaling Argentina for the most amount of runners-up in the Global Trophy Finals. Best team to have never won the Global Trophy.
Without doubt.
Now we get to our 6 champions, and we kick off with rank 6, representing Europe, making it to their 11th Global Trophy Finals, the Netherlands.
Yeah, of course, the Netherlands now 3-time European champions as well. They've won this year's title in 2024. They're in a good run of form. Of course, if you remember back, their first ever title they won unbeaten. It'd be a big ask to do it again, but stranger things have happened.
Yep, and they are the second team to have done the back-to-back, winning 2 Global Trophy Championships in their 10 appearances in the Global Trophy. Next up, speaking of champions, representing the Americas, making it to their 12th Global Trophy Finals, the winners of the Americas, Brazil.
They're on imperious form as well. They scored so many goals en route to winning the Americas section, didn't they? They scored 12 against Belize, for God's sake. So it's going to be a big ask to stop Brazil. They're in a good run of form at the moment. They're going to be confident after winning the Americas section for the first time in 6 years or 8 years, however long it's been. So good luck to Brazil.
Yep, the current Global Trophy ranked number 3. The second highest ranked Global Trophy team in this tournament. They have won 2 Global Trophy Championships to their name. Next up, ranked 4, representing Europe, making it to their 12th Global Trophy Finals. It's the first ever back-to-back champions, Portugal.
Back in 2018 and 19, they were nowhere near that kind of level. They've been so consistent over the last few years. They have won 2 Global Trophy Championships. They've been losing finalists and losing semi-finalists in the past as well. Portugal are in red-hot form as well in recent years.
Yep, I think, haven't they finished? I think they finished in the top 4 of the last 5 years.
Crazy, isn't it?
Amazing consistency we haven't seen since Argentina's dominant run in the mid-2010s. Yep, Portugal, the first ever back-to-back champions, winning 2 Global Trophy Championships so far. Next up, rank 3, making it to their 12th Global Trophy Finals. It's the reigning, defending Global Trophy champions, Germany.
Yes, Germany, of course, and also losing runners-up in the European section this time around. They won the European section back in 2022 for the first time. Germany are in a bit of a purple patch, aren't they?
Yep, and in their last 11 appearances in the Global Trophy Finals, this is their 12th appearance. They've won 2 titles in 2013 and most recently last year in 2023. The biggest drought between Global Trophy Championships in the Global Trophy's history, beating France's previous record of 8 years. And next up, representing Europe, ranked number 2, making it to their 9th Global Trophy Finals. It's 3-time champion Spain.
Yep, the Spain curse, which they used to have a victory every 5 years in 2006, 2011, 2016, was broken by the Netherlands in 2021. But Spain, of course, are a very good team. They were finalists, losing finalists in the Global Trophy Champions 2022.
If you look at it this way, Spain have made it to 8 Global Trophy Finals before, and they've won 3 of them.
They've got a good strike rate when they actually get through.
They certainly do. And last but not least, rank 1 for this. They are the Global Trophy rank 2, making it to their 12th Global Trophy Finals. 4-time winners. It's France.
Yeah, France have got to be the favourites, haven't they? They've won it 4 times. They've won European titles galore in the past. It's such a who's who. There's so many big teams here. I can't wait to get cracking.
It's going to be incredibly, incredibly interesting here. It has actually done it! First time round, hurrah!
Hurrah, and look at the fixtures we have got here. Well, well, well.
We could... Oh, John! Italy, Germany again, are you kidding?
But of course, I'm looking at the top. We could see one of China, USA, or Australia in the top 8 finally.
Yep. So obviously out of those ones, USA are the only ones of those 3 to have ever done that.
It's not going to be an easy task for them to get through, though. Australia and China are both good teams.
Yep, then we got Italy, Germany, Thailand get France, Ghana, Iraq, Croatia, or Morocco are going to be top 8s this year. Yeah,
and then down the bottom you've got Brazil, the UAE, Malaysia, and Senegal.
So no Spain.
It's quite a spread of champions, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no Spain, in that. There's
no
no
Portugal, and
Netherlands,
there's no
there's no
Netherlands.
Portugal.
There's no Nigeria.
No Nigeria. That is a pretty decent spread. 4 in 4 there. Of the top 8 teams.
Let's get things cracking, though. We start off with, of course, China and the USA. Of course it had to be, didn't it?
China finished best performances round 2 on 3 occasions. The USA have made it to the semi-finals before. USA through 4-1 into the second round.
And they will be playing Australia, who will get the bye win over Belize. So Australia or the USA will be in the top 8 here for the 2024 Global Trophy Finals.
Australia making it to their 8th round of 16. Could this be the year that Australia break through?
I mean, Jack Daniels in the final. What?
Oh, of course America made it through then. That
I will
makes
say,
way too much sense.
This is one of the best opportunities Australia has ever had to go through, isn't it? Surely they normally get like an absolutely horrendous draw, so this is a big opportunity for them.
Yep, they've got the USA, who it's a winnable game for Australia, but certainly the USA are going to be going in as the favourites there.
They are indeed.
But Australia,
so I think the next match,
big chance for Australia to make it to the top 8 for the first time ever. Italy, Germany next. We're about to lose one of our top 8.
We are indeed. Italy, of course, never won the Global Trophy. Germany are current holders of the Global Trophy. 2-time champions.
Yep. Germany's gone! Out go the champs! Italy through! To take on either Thailand or France. Germany, the reigning champions, are gone.
That's a bit of a surprise. They've been in good form, have Germany, in recent years, but they are out. Thailand, I mean, they've been fed to the wolves here, haven't they, really?
Yep, they have got the 4-time champions France. Could they prove a shocker? No! France through 5-0 to take on Italy in round 2. It's not an easy run for Italy, really, is it?
No, they're going to be. They'll have earned their way through to a quarterfinal spot if they get there. Ghana versus Iraq, our 5th fixture.
Iraq has made it to a round 2 on 3 occasions. Ghana, former semi-finalists.
Ghana probably the favourites.
It is Ghana. Through to round 2. Iraq out in round 1. Their streak of getting to round 2, 3 years in a row, ends there.
Shame for them, but they are out of here. Croatia versus Morocco next up.
Both teams have made it to multiple quarterfinals before. Croatia make it through this time into the top 16 to take on Ghana.
Tough clash for those two to go through to the round of 8. Next up, it is Brazil, the America's champions. They take on the UAE.
UAE, who made it to the semi-finals last time rounds, their best performance so far. Out they go, Brazil into the top 16 to take on either Malaysia or Senegal.
Tough clash either way, this, but so far we have had 4 Asian teams go by the wayside, but we have a 5th join them.
Senegal have made it to a semi-finals before Malaysia. Their best performance was the quarterfinals last year. Win for Senegal, they're through. Asia, it's not looking good for them, but we did say they do have a bit of a weak fielding of their top 8. 5 of them gone already in the first half of the bracket.
It's not looking good for them, is it? Nigeria and South Africa, a big African powerhouse clash as we start the second half of the bracket here.
So here's Nigeria, former runners-up. South Africa, 3-time semi-finalists. Nigeria through into the second round to take on either Namibia or the Netherlands.
Yeah, the European champions get a nice draw to start things off. Namibia, of course, pre-qualifiers.
Yep, making it to only their second Global Trophy finals. And they are out 6-1. Netherlands through, and Scotland get Oman.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. It would be embarrassing if Scotland lost this, but I think they're probably the favourites as they take on Oman.
Certainly say that. It is Scotland's through to the round of 16 again.
And they have an opportunity to go into the top 8 as they will take on either the Ivory Coast or Costa Rica.
Costa Rica have made it to a round 2 before. The Ivory Coast have made it one further than that, into the quarterfinals. And of course the current African champions versus the America's runners-up. 2 teams on form here. Costa Rica's through! Out go! The Ivory Coast!
That's a shocker. And Scotland will play Costa Rica for a place in the round of 8.
Yep, Costa Rica through to round 2 for the second time in 7 years. Portugal. They've got St. Lucia, who are making their second appearance in the Global Trophy Finals. Portugal, obviously 2-time winners. 12-0, out go St. Lucia. And that sets up Paraguay versus Spain next.
So this for a chance to play Portugal in the next round. Of course, Paraguay have beaten one giant of Spanish-speaking origin. Can they do it again?
Yeah, Paraguay have made it to a quarterfinals before. Spain, obviously 3-time winners. Spain through. 3-1. Paraguay. It ends at the round of 32 for them.
Yep, the Philippines, of course, scraping through on their FIFA ranking as not the dud team. They take on Colombia.
Colombia, former semi-finalists in the past. They've done it again. 5-0 into the round of 16. Go Colombia. Another Asian team gone.
Is that all of them gone? It might be, actually.
It might be, because Oman's gone as well. I think we.
Oh no, Australia are the only Asian team left already.
Yep, already. Egypt. They have never made it past round 1, nor has El Salvador, so one of these two is going to make it to new ground.
Yep, they are, and they will play Colombia in the round of 16. This is a big match for both teams.
It is Egypt into the round of 16 for the first time ever.
4-0 winners over El Salvador. Good result.
That sets up our round of 16 here.
Lots of big names still in. Some have gone home already, but we will try and whittle them down to 8 now.
Yep, we have lost. I mean, out of our top 8, we've lost
Germany. That's pretty much
Germany. That's it. But some of them are going to be playing against each other, specifically Italy, France, and Portugal, Spain. But we kick off with the USA versus Australia, who have an opportunity here to make it to the top 8 for the first time ever in their 18th appearance in the Global Trophy Finals.
USA have made it into the semis before. It's going to be a tough match for both teams, this.
Certainly is. 2-1, Australia out again for the 8th time in the round of 16. The USA through to the top 8.
Good result there for the USA. They will take on, I mean, it's European royalty either way. It's Italy or France, the two big European powerhouses.
Italy 3-time runners-up. France, the record 4-time champions. Italy knock out France. France gone.
And Italy will play the USA in the quarterfinals. Good result for Italy there.
Ghana, former semi-finalists, versus Croatia, former quarter-finalists.
Probably the favourites of Croatia, but it's not an easy match for both of these two.
It's not an easy task. Win for Croatia. They're in the quarterfinals for the second time. Also the third time.
Brilliant result for Croatia there. They will go on to play either tough opposition in Brazil or Senegal.
Senegal, former semi-finalist. Brazil, the America's champions, 2-time Global Trophy champions as well. Senegal through. Senegal will take on Croatia in the quarterfinals. Brazil are gone.
That is a shocker for me. Out go Brazil.
Brazil are out of it. And really, if you look at it, that is not good for South America. For America, I think they've got 3 teams left.
And if you look at it as well, we only no champions have gone through. So considering we had 6 champions through, there are only 3 left, and 2 of them are playing each other.
Yep, Nigeria, Netherlands next up. Two of that top 8 there.
I mean, the Netherlands are probably the favourites, but Nigeria are such a good team.
Yep, it's the runners-up of Africa versus the champions of Europe. Netherlands through to the top 8. Nigeria, the big powerhouses of Africa, gone.
And it does leave only 2 teams left in Africa. Asia already out. Scotland and Costa Rica next up. A chance for either of these two to break new ground, I think, into the top 8. Scotland have got there before once.
Yep, in their 3 appearances, Costa Rica. Best run they've got here is around 2. Scotland's through! Into the top 8 they go! They take on Netherlands!
Well, the Netherlands will play Scotland in the round of 8, and Portugal take on Spain.
Yep, the 2 biggest teams left in the tournament, I'd say. With that. Because what we've lost France, we've lost Germany, we've lost Brazil. Netherlands are still in though as well. But yep, it's the other 2 here. So we're going to have 2 champions in the top 8. Only 2.
We are indeed.
And they're both in the bottom bracket as well.
I know, so we will have 1 team in the final that's never been a champion before.
Yep, but who's going through here? It's Portugal! They're in the quarters again!
And Spain are in pain. The Spain are Spanish without the S.
Yep, they are out.
I fucked it.
Yeah, that's fine. They are out. Portugal into the quarterfinals again. Will they make it to 5 top 4s in 6 years? They will take on either Colombia or Egypt.
I'd say Colombia probably the favourites here, which would basically only leave us with 1 African team and the rest being European, I think.
Yep. Colombia, they have made it to a semi-final before. Egypt, this is their best run. It's 2-0. Colombia through to the top 8 again. That is an interesting top 8.
It's not what I expected, certainly. So at the top, we have the USA, who have been the semi-finalists in the past, and Italy finalists. Croatia and Senegal have been kind of none of those things, really.
Senegal have been semi-finals before. Croatia, they've made it back to the quarterfinals again, but they have not made it further. This is their third time in the quarterfinals.
Of course, Scotland take on the Netherlands. Scotland are known to prove a shock in the past, and Colombia and Portugal, two very consistent teams.
Let's just get straight into this. The USA versus Italy.
Italy, probably the favourites here. They've been finalists in the past.
Yep, USA former semi-finalists. Italy through to the semi-finals.
Is it their year at long last? The Italians.
Is it their time, finally? Croatia. They've made it to this spot now on the third time in 6. Senegal have made it one further in their 10 appearances so far.
The last African hope.
Last African hope. Croatia's through. Senegal are gone.
And Africa fall. And it will be Croatia versus Italy in the semi-finals.
The Netherlands take on Scotland. This is the furthest Scotland has gotten. Netherlands, though, will not be easy.
No, 2-time champions. And of course, if you remember all the way back at the very start, we did that kind of preview video. Who were our 2 predictions, Chris? Yours was the dark horse was Portugal. Mine was the Netherlands. And there's a real chance they could play each other to get into the final.
They certainly could. It is Netherlands 3-0 Scotland out in the top 8.
A valiant effort from Scotland, though.
Surely that performance has solidified Scotland's place in the 2026 Global Trophy Champion of Champions. Surely it has.
It must have done wonders for their rankings. Portugal and Colombia, our last quarter-final to play the Netherlands. A win for Colombia would give the only team other than a European team hope, but Portugal obviously red-hot favourites, aren't they?
Yeah, Portugal could send the comments into fury. They will. It will be another European champion.
For 2024, but we could have a new one. So, we have 2 teams who have never made a championship run before. And we have 2 teams who have got back-to-back championships before. Ooh.
It is
tense.
Very much on form. Italy. They've made it to this point before recently. They were knocked out by Czech Republic a couple of years ago at this stage. They take on Croatia. This is their best performance so far.
Italy, can they make their 4th Global Trophy finals?
Could happen. It is Italy. They're in the finals again for the 4th time. Is this their year?
Now we have the 2 back-to-back champions. Portugal in 2018 and 19. The Netherlands in 2020 and 2021.
Also, the Netherlands are European champions. They're going to try and go unbeaten for the 2nd time. They have. They're in the finals. Netherlands. Can they go unbeaten? Or would this be Italy's first ever global trophy?
It must come down to this. Italy or the Netherlands?
Who's winning it? Netherlands win it. Italy 4 in a row. For Italy, they have failed to do it again. Netherlands, 3-time champions in the space of 5 years.
And unbeaten for a 2nd time. The Netherlands have won it.
Italy.
Oh, Italy.
4-time finalists now. They have finished runner-up again. The Netherlands. 3-time Global Trophy champions now. They join Spain and Argentina.
Wow, wow, wow. I mean, I feel very smug. I feel very, very smug, I have to say.
Fair enough. We predicted this one.
Italy again. Oh, heartbreak for the 4th time in the finals of the Global Trophy, but they couldn't get it over the line. The Netherlands, with an incredible run, have won the 2024 Global Trophy.
2020 champions. 2021 champions. 2024 champions. They have equaled the quickest run to get to 3 Global Trophy championships that were set by France from 2005 to 2009. Netherlands have done it in 5 years. France did it in 5 years. Netherlands, 3-time Global Trophy champions now.
They're in such a hot run of form, aren't they? You know, they won Europe again this year, so they've got quite a few trophies to their name now.
Yep.
They've really started to pick things up.
Unbeaten. Undefeated.
For a 2nd time.
Jeez, what a tournament.
I can't believe it. Italy again. I feel hurt. I feel hurt looking at Italy making it all the way to the final once again, beating Germany, beating France. You know, getting past the USA, getting past Croatia, only to lose out in the final again. Heartbreak.
Maybe one day for Italy, but that is not today because the Netherlands have won their 3rd global trophy in 5 years, equaling France's record for the quickest time of getting to 3 global trophy finals and winning 3 of them in the space of 5 years. Portugal making it to the top 4 again for I think, the 5th time in 6 years. Croatia, their best performance ever in a global trophy at their 6th attempt at it. And Italy going all the way to the end to lose out for the 4th year.
It's heartbreaking, isn't it, really, for them? It really is. But the Netherlands, what a run. What a run.
Yep, the European...
And if you remember back as well, in the European section, they had a really hard run of it, didn't they? If you remember back.
Yep, and, they've gone on to do it here. Netherlands, 3-time global trophy champions now joining Spain and Argentina. That's going to do wonders for their rankings, of course, and, of course, for the global trophy champion of champions, which I think it's quite certain that Italy, Netherlands, and Portugal are definitely there at this point.
And probably Croatia as well. I think Croatia will be really happy with those points in the bag, but yeah, what a tournament it's been. I mean, what a stunner in the final. All the way. We had 6 champions out of 32. A good portion of the field. We're all champions, but we had a non-champion in the final, only to lose out.
Yep, to lose out for their 4th time. Still, always the bridesmaids, never the brides for Italy. The Netherlands win the 20th annual global trophy. What a tournament. What a tournament.
It's been an honour, been a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to doing it again in 12 months' time.
Ah, yes. Well, we do have that, obviously. Our next tournament, the 2025 Global Trophy. The 21st Global Trophy. They're always going to be interesting ones here, but maybe could Netherlands do the impossible and do double back-to-backs?
I mean, that's obscene if they do, because they will be level with France on titles, won't they? In only 6 years.
Yeah, and essentially they'd have won 4 championships in 12 attempts at the Global Trophy Finals. That is crazy.
Yep, brilliant form from them.
Yep, if they could do it. But that will obviously be later this year with the 2025 Global Trophy Championship. But that is the end of the 2024 Global Trophy, the 20th annual Global Trophy. The Netherlands are our Global Trophy champions for the 3rd time in 5 years. I've been Masterath.
I've been Sven-Göran,
and we will see you shortly. We'll see you soon, later this year, for the 2025 Global Trophy. We'll see you then. I hope you enjoy the outro. I messed that up. Never mind. Outro! That's staying in.
That's staying in, yep.